Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today in the playpen. Of course, my son's playpen coming at you live. I'm excited for this video today, okay? Because I found a video. I finally found a video of the secret German technology when it comes to house construction. Because, of course, German house construction is a lot different than American house construction. I know that much. But I've always wondered, how do you build the houses? Because I have a general understanding of how to build houses here in America, you know. I mean, I guess you could read the Three Little Pigs to get an idea. But you basically put down a foundation, which could be like a slab or a basement or a crawl space. And then you put, the wood framing on top of it. You hang some drywall on the inside. Put some, plywood on the outside, and then some kind of exterior thing like bricks or just siding. Maybe you guys don't even know what siding is. I wonder if that's even a thing in Germany. Like this stuff, it's just like plastic. I don't know if that's funny or not. That sounds funny to me, just coming out of my mouth. But it's like some kind of plastic material. That's very common, Bricks are more expensive. A lot of houses just have siding. So they're basically made of plastic and wood. I mean, that's just the truth. That is what it is. Like I said, go read the Three Little Pigs to get a full idea. But, okay, we got the German technology. I've always wondered, how do y'all do it? Now, I'm not exactly sure what I'm in for. I might have to skip through this video a little bit. I don't know. It's from Taru Film. Check them out, link down below. They exposed the German technology. So I don't know, I don't know if that's legal. Okay. Already right off the bat,
How is a house built? How does that work?
Are they building a house or a frickin' castle? Are cannonballs expected in the forecast?
We accompany
Okay, we do have a wood-framed roof.
the complete
Feel a little better.
construction of a typical German single-family home for
heck
more
yeah.
than 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
We were involved in every important step.
Wow.
From the first floor
Can you believe they let a robot be involved in every step?
work to
What is that on top of the house? I don't know what these things are. I'm not any kind of construction man or contractor type person, okay? Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not. So, are those the clay shingles?
the
Like bundled up?
finished house.
Maybe?
In the first part, the earthworks were carried out and the floor slab was cast.
Okay, there we go.
Now the masonry work continues.
Now, is that slab gonna be underneath like a crawl space? Because here in America, of course you have a slab, but then some houses are just built right on top of the slab. Some houses have a crawl space, some houses have a basement. And just having a slab is like the cheapest, and you'll have the plumbing in the slab. Like the concrete will be poured on top of the plumbing. So if it breaks, that's bad. Like if the plumbing breaks or gets clogged, that's bad in one of those houses. Look at those beautiful shingles. Those are stunning. They really are. Very rare. You don't see that here in America.
The floor slab has hardened and the bricks are already there.
Good.
Now it can start with the masonry. The first step, lay
I don't like how this robot is referring to the people as it. You know what I mean? This feels like some kind of AI that's sending this video back to its commander home base. And it's like, the human now starts with the masonry.
It can start with the masonry. The first step, lay bitumen membrane.
Okay.
Concrete.
Let's skip through a little bit.
It serves as an underfill to compensate for differences in height of the base plate, because the stones must all be at
Now look at
exactly
these stones. Look at the amount of mud. Man, these things are really built for war.
the same level. It starts at the corners. A laser checks whether the height is correct.
I mean, you guys don't even get tornadoes, right?
If the first stone sits and is exactly in balance, the next ones are aligned with it. In the other corners it happens the same way.
Those things are thick.
Of course,
This house is meant to survive, like, millennium, huh?
all dimensions for wall openings, for example for windows and doors, must also be observed.
Of course.
The masons have the floor plan for this. Here on the south side of the house there is already the first. The masons work their way from the corners and put stone by stone. But what kind of stone is that exactly, which is installed here?
Tell me.
Wir bei der Brale haben uns den
We do
Punkt
not work with the external wall insulation system, which is widespread here. Instead, our houses use a so-called Puritan stone, so that's a stone made of clay, in which the thermal insulation is integrated in the stone, with hydrophobic mineral wool. So a solid stone, 36.5 centimeters thick, with hydrophobic mineral wool as insulation. That means best sound insulation.
Of course, it's all about the sound insulation. Wow, this is crazy. This is pretty crazy. Very impressive. You know, it looks so high quality. I bet your homes are quite a bit more efficient. It's funny he talks about insulation for sound. What is it with you guys and sound? Just trying to keep all the sound out. You don't want to hear a thing. But when I hear insulation, I think of, you know, efficiency for your, well, you guys don't have air conditioning, but for the heating, how interesting. Because that would really help the efficiency and lower your bill for your air conditioning and heating.
And best building physical properties and also the best thermal insulation.
zeichnen dürfen.
There you go, thermal.
The bricklayers have made the first course and are already on the second row.
It's
So-called
crazy how thick this wall is.
thin bed mortar now ensures the non-positive connection between the rows of stones. Ideal for energy-efficient building. High load capacity with a very small joint thickness of approximately 1 millimeter. The second row is quickly laid. A barrier film against rising damp comes over it again. The two low
This is really just different. It's so different.
has the advantage that you can
It's just straight up bricks.
easily lay out the plumb lines for the next rows of tiles. The first working day is done.
The humans must rest. We don't know why, but they must rest at night. Come on.
You with the outer walls. The bricklayers place row after row.
It really is like a castle. So you don't even have drywall on the inside. So what's the interior wall made of?
Windows and lintels are installed. And around noon the bricklayers arrived at the last row on the ground floor. Finally, the pink styrofoam formwork is laid for the concrete ceiling. The formwork also serves as insulation
Concrete ceiling.
and remains on the building after finishing the ceiling.
With so many choices on
Day 3. Today the interior walls are created.
This is what I want to see.
Here too, a bitumen membrane is placed under the walls to protect against rising damp. The
Oh my god.
stones are so-called vertical perforated
So even in the interior walls that don't even face the outside, they're freaking stone.
bricks in two different versions. For comparison, here both on top of each other. The brick with
These are made to survive a nuclear war.
17.5 centimeters wall thickness for the load-bearing walls and the narrower
What the
brick with
heck?
11.5 centimeters for the non-load-bearing walls. The floor plan shows where which stone has
I guess when you have a concrete ceiling, you need to have stone walls on the inside.
to be used. The load-bearing walls run right through the house, between the living room, guest room, kitchen, and the utility room, and once along to the load-bearing living room wall,
Okay,
and the
okay.
riser from the second row on thin bed mortar.
That's wild. Like, I mean, of course, just compare that with... Come on. With this. It's crazy how it's totally different. Not similar at all. Not similar at all. It almost makes me wonder, like, how do our houses even survive? Like, I mean, they don't survive like a tornado. I think this thing would. This thing might survive a tornado. I don't know. That would be interesting. It's almost like a tornado shelter. That's how you guys build your houses.
Laser, spirit level, plumb line and constant checking ensure exact, straight walls. Finished. The inner walls are standing. Now the base gets a diffusion open seal before the cladding is coming.
This is cool. I want to see the ceiling.
Elements. The ceiling elements,
Here we
so-called
go.
semi-finished part ceilings, are approximately
Whoa.
the ceiling elements.
I want to have this guy's
So-called
job.
semi-finished part ceilings.
Look at him. He's kicked back. He is kicked back on a blanket, making this concrete ceiling. Barely awake. That is what I'm talking about.
Ceilings are approximately 6 centimeters thick reinforced concrete slabs, in which part of the necessary reinforcement has already been inserted. They can be laid quickly and flexibly, depending on the size, but then still need to be concreted. For this, the masons insert additional reinforcement bars.
How much
Firstly,
extra reinforcement do you need?
to optimally connect and consolidate the ceiling with the masonry. Secondly, to join the individual ceiling elements together. This creates a stable, closed concrete ceiling after concreting.
So they're going to pour concrete on this, and all that steel is reinforcing it. What? What? This is so heavy duty.
Only the access to the stairs remains free and has to be boarded accordingly.
I mean, I could show you right through that door right there. If you opened up that, you would just see the framing of the roof, the wood roof. If you stepped in the wrong spot, you would fall through the ceiling because it's just drywall. If you stepped and you didn't step on a piece of wood, you would just fall through to the kitchen. And above it is just plywood with shingles this thick. I mean, not just plywood. It's got like studs and stuff, you know, thicker pieces of wood and beams. And then on top of that, plywood and then shingles. Hey, we got some wood. It's like they're making a foundation for the house on the roof.
Once all the reinforcement bars have been laid, everything is connected with wire so that nothing moves during concrete pouring. Main
I
free,
need to see this concrete
they
pouring.
get polystyrene total of approximately 12 cubic meters of concrete flow into the formwork for the approximately 10 by 10 meters ceiling slab. It constantly push the concrete back and forth
Your guys' houses gotta be expensive.
so that the air can escape. The height must of course also be correct and is constantly checked with the laser. Active
Wow.
high frequency by concrete, air pockets rise to the surface and can escape.
From Disney Animation and
The bricklayers start with the upper floor. The construction
Oh, that's not even the roof. You. Okay, okay. I guess that makes more sense. Because this is the second floor. Okay. I mean, it's still pretty crazy. You wouldn't do that here in America. Like, I'm on the second floor right now, and it's not concrete beneath me. It's just wood. But they poured a whole concrete slab for the second floor.
as the thermal brick. First the corners are created again, then the entire outer walls. However, there are no longer any load-bearing walls inside. All partitions for the master bedroom.
I guess you need to have a concrete slab because if you're having interior walls made out of bricks. Yeah, that makes sense. The top floor probably weighs like 40,000 pounds. So, yeah, it needs a concrete slab. It needs its own foundation.
Dressing room, bathroom, children's room and corridor are built with the narrower, vertically perforated brick with a wall thickness of 11.5 centimeters.
All right.
After 4 days, the upper floor is also up.
Beautiful.
As a conclusion, only the anchor ring plate is missing. For this, the bricklayers have already put a formwork on the top row of bricks, into which reinforcement bars are now being laid. The anchor ring, as the name suggests, runs like a ring around the entire top edge of masonry. This reinforced concrete construction gives the wall stability. The anchor ring plate is used to absorb and transfer horizontal tensile forces such as
More
wind.
concrete, of course. The whole
walls
thing
of-
is a solid rock.
The house stand. Construction time for the 2 floors, 10 days.
10 days, that's it? That seems really fast. It actually looks kind of like straightforward the way they build it with these giant bricks. You know what I mean? That was awesome. I'm going to have to, I don't know if there's a part 3, but I need to see the roof now. You know what I mean? After watching all that. That was fun. Subscribe. Maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll find like a roof video. Because I feel like I need to know. I need to finish this off. Maybe there's a part 3. Subscribe for that if you want to. Go check out these people. Taru Film. Link down below. And thank you for watching. Why did that pop back up? Because it always does. I'll see you guys tomorrow.